Alright guys, good evening. It's Shalon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today I am doing another Ashes of Creation pre-alpha look. Today I'm going to be talking about pack upgrades and breadcrumbs. Now what are breadcrumbs, you ask? Breadcrumbs are just some things that we got from the live stream, satisfied some questions that were asked, and is actually going to lead us into thinking about some other things which we're hoping to get in the future. So I'm going to start with the pack upgrades. If you remember, on December 11th of 2017, I did an episode of Paradoxical Impressions where I talked about the way Intrepid handled a little bit of a flare-up in their community. What had happened is they had basically released a set of packages you could buy after their summer sale, and they called them the PAX Exclusive packages. And then in December, they released like much better packages, and people were like, why did I just spend $225 on this if for $250 I could have bought that? Well, like I said, within 14 minutes, Steven Sharif, the owner of Intrepid Studios, came out and he said, PAX owners, we're gonna take care of you. You're gonna be able to exchange your purchases. And this week, they delivered. So as you can see on the screen, earlier this week, I had the option right here to upgrade my Voyager pack into the Intrepid pack for the remainder of the difference. So they did in fact deliver on their promise. Other cool thing, went a long way with me to just continue to feel like Intrepid is trying to change the MMO community. First and foremost, what they did is they took the PAX Exclusive pack, and they simply transferred by tier over to their new packs. So in my case, I had bought the $225 PAX Exclusive pack. They gave me the $250 pack, so really they gave me a $25 off on that. They also said there's some upgrade options. You can take that and you can upgrade right into the $500 pack. Or if you don't want to do that, you can simply purchase access to the earlier testing. And for me, that would be upgrading from Alpha 2 to Alpha 1. And that will come at a later date. And the coolest thing they did of all, though, is they said, hey guys, PAX Exclusive package owners, you supported us after the summer sale. You kind of got caught in the shuffle. Go ahead and keep those cosmetics for free. So that was a really cool gesture on the part of Intrepid to say, hey, we got it. We kind of did you wrong. We fixed it. But now on top of fixing it, have a little something more. On top of all of that, the packages that you can purchase now, they allow you to buy individual cosmetics as they come available on the store. Now, you'll have to have the package or the minimum package that the cosmetic comes in, or you can buy the ones below that. So exactly what do I mean by that? Okay, so when we come over to the Intrepid store, as you can see, here's your 4 pre-order packs that you can buy right now. And when you scroll down in the actual store itself, you'll see the pre-order packs, and all you'll see then is some other Intrepid swag merchandise. Looks really kind of cool. But if I click on pets and mounts, or cosmetics and armor, or buildings and accessories, there's no options for me. And that's because right now I'm not logged in, so there's no way for the system to see that I have a pack. But when I come in over here where I am logged in, you're going to see that the individual skins, remember everything in the cash shop is skins. I'm not actually going to get a bone strider or a pet. I'm going to get a skin that I can put on my mount or my companion. All these other items become available for purchase. Now, because I own this pack, I already have this month's cosmetics. Well, next month, when this pack changes, say something really cool comes out and it's a different building and I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd bought that. Well, I can't just go and, return the pack, but what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to pick up an individual skin. So this month, if necromancer stuff isn't your style, and I don't really know you then because who doesn't want to be a necromancer, just wait till the packs switch next month and then you can pick up next month's pack. One important thing though, if you want a particular costume, you have to buy it, or a particular cosmetic, I should say. If you want that particular cosmetic, you must buy it in the month it is offered. Once it is gone, it is gone. So I can confirm that Kickstarter backers now have access to their new store functions. So Kickstarter backers, you're able to purchase individual cosmetics if you want them. Obviously, I can firsthand confirm PAX Exclusive backers have theirs, because you just saw I have it. I cannot confirm if members of the Summer Backer program have their access. I heard that it is due within the week, the 16th of February. I'm going to say I heard that. I can't give you a direct citation, so don't blow up at Intrepid if it doesn't happen by the 16th. Come back and blow up at me. Now, I'm going to answer some questions that I've been getting a lot of lately. And I want to just put some people's minds at ease. A lot of people are trying to snowball the game out of proportion. Like, oh, we're going to see it in June. We're going to see it in May. We're going to slow down. Slow down. I'm going to give you some facts. Ashes of Creation is well ahead of its peers in its development. Its Kickstarter closed on 2 June of 2017. That's just last year. That's just last June. That is 252 days from the date of me doing this video. So that's 36 weeks, and that's 180 working days. Now I want you to think about that for a second. That's 180 working days from their Kickstarter closing, plus they took a playable demo to PAX. So, you know, you're seeing functional gameplay footage. Later in this video, I'm going to be putting in some footage. I'm going to send you the links. So that's an important part to say. 180 work days, there's a playable demo. But the Alpha Zero started on December 15th. That was 196 total days, 140 work days, and they put a playable demo in their players' hands. That is rapid development. So I want to put that out there first. And then I'm going to answer these questions, because I keep getting these questions when I stream or when I talk about the game. Are these the final graphics? No. The game is still in pre-alpha. It's not even in alpha. It's in pre-alpha. We're going to talk about that in a second. So the graphics aren't optimized. And I keep hearing people say the combat looks so bad. Okay, it's not optimized yet. They are showing you something that no other game company does. And that's when I keep getting this one. Other games in alpha look so much better. That's because the alpha that you're hearing about is not a true alpha. You're hearing about usually a game from Asia that's already been released for a year or two. So what they're calling an alpha is really just Western localization, and that's just translation, some cash shop changes, some minor tweaks, taking out features that ERSB won't allow. And it's marketing hype. It's like, hey guys, this game's in alpha. No, what it is we're going to allow a certain group of people to see the game and hype it up for us. What you're seeing in all the footage from Ashes of Creation, this is tech testing. Usually only a select group of alpha testers, people who test games regularly, are invited to these things, and then it's the friends and family of the staff, just so they can start doing server load. Well, Stephen Sharif and Intrepid Studios said, you know what? We're going to allow a select group of our community to come in and do that testing with us. So keep in mind, what you're seeing as an alpha really is an alpha. And then to answer these questions for people, we get this all the time. I'm a realist. I like to keep things to what I can prove. So Alpha 1, when is it? It's sometime this year. I'm going to say expected in Q4. There is some talk about it sliding to the left. I haven't seen a definitive, we have moved Alpha 1 to Q3 yet. So I'm going to say, be patient, expect it in 4, be happy if it's in 3. So when's beta testing? Again, Stephen Sharif has alluded to they would love to see beta testing in 2018. But I'm going to tell you it's probably going to be 2019. That way I like to keep, I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So don't be expecting it until 2019. If we get it at the end of 2018, even better. Now, what about launch? Before 2020. Let's just leave it at that. Let's not hype it up past that. We're going to get it. If we get it earlier, that's great. Alrighty, now that all that is over, let's talk about some fun stuff. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is this is some Dünir dungeon gameplay. And I love the fact that Steven just up and randomly gave us lore today. People have been begging for it. They've been saying, can we please get just a little bit of lore? Just a little bit. Well, we got lore about a dungeon today, and I love the premise. Before the fall of Vera, the Dunir dungeon, it was the dwarven city of Dunheim. And the people that were living there decided, no, we're not going to go through the portals to safety. We're going to try to ride this bad boy out. And I love the quote. It didn't end well for them. So you're seeing a little bit of dungeon footage today. And I'm going to have the link in the description below if you just want to go see it bigger. The things we learned about dungeons today, we kind of knew them, but I'm just going to reiterate them. Dungeons are open world. The two you're going to see from this stream, those are open world. So yes, that means you could contest a dungeon. You could go in there, you could PK in the dungeon. It also means you can bring in more than one group there. It's going to be open for a lot of emergent gameplay, and I really, really am excited about that. I am tired of instanced dungeons, and that's just this player's perspective. Maybe you like instanced dungeons. Now, notice what I'm saying. Some dungeons are open world, and these two from the stream are. That doesn't mean all of them are going to be. It doesn't mean there's not going to be instance dungeons. So don't be like, oh, Jalan said. No. These two, you can listen to the live stream. Steven says these two are, and so just take that for what it's worth. So next I'm going to talk about nodes, and one of the questions that was asked during the live stream is, are we going to see a lot of nodes flipping? Like once an area has been a high level node for a while, is there any incentive to defend it or just let it get taken or destroyed and then move the node somewhere else? Well, obviously if you invest a lot of time, effort, and energy into a node, you're not going to want to just see it destroyed. I'm not just going to roll over and let you destroy my node if I'm running one. If I've put a lot of effort in, my guild's put a lot of effort in, I'm not going to let you do that. Some people might, but they, that area may not want to lose those new features, those new buildings, those new benefits that come with having a node. They also, for the first time, kind of alluded to this relic system, and I have it in quotes because it deserves to be in quotes. It's an achievement for the node. It unlocks legendary crafting items and legendary quest lines. Now I know the first thing's going to be, and what does that mean? I don't know. I can't tell you. It's a breadcrumb. It's meant to make us want to ask. So again, citizens are going to benefit from ensuring their node survives. So I think this is going to add a massive amount of definitive gameplay for people. It's going to really be the Reds versus the Blues. It's going to be, you want to take my node and I don't want to give it up. Can only citizens do those legendary quest lines? I don't know. Can only citizens make those legendary items? I don't know. I just can't tell you. I also previously talked about nodes in an Ashes of Creation video. So there's a whole video I did on nodes, and there's Ashes, Steven, Sharif, and Intrepid. They did 2 videos on nodes. Steven, we want nodes, video 3. So when nodes level, events are going to occur. So what you've been seeing on the screen while I've been talking is that this particular event was Sorrow's Hunger, which is a mob, decided that it didn't like the fact that a node had recently upgraded in its area, and he decided to come to the town and eat the villagers. His goal there is to try to disrupt civilization. He doesn't want you there. This event is going to require a player response. Now, what happens if Sorrow's Hunger runs around the town and eats all the villagers? Again, I don't know. It probably has some sort of impact because Steven seems like the DM kind of guy. So we're going to have to find out. It's going to be another one of those questions. Hey, Steven, in last week's video, you said this. What does that mean? And he's not going to answer it for us because that's just how he is. So as you can see, these guys, they're making short work of it. But I don't think it's going to be that easy come live. So let's talk about Freeholds. I know a lot of people have been asking me about Freeholds, especially my Archage players out there. Archage players are excited about Freeholds. They love their property. Housing is going to be account bound. Now, I'm going to say housing is account bound. And remember, you've got apartments in the city, you've got houses in the city, and you've got freeholds. So that's all account bound. I really like that. I like that feature. It means that I, as a player, I, as Jalan, don't have to have a piece of property for each of my characters. Kind of narrows down on how much available housing there has to be. Another question that was asked today is, will freeholds be able to be shared? The answer was probably, but it's probably going to be based on a permissions system. It's going to be tested through alpha, and Jeffrey said it's going to be a gentleman's agreement on the taxes. So as you can see in the yellow, that is specifically my words, I'm going to guess it's going to be a designated owner. If you're familiar with ArcAge, it's going to work like I'm going to be the owner of it, and I can set the access level. That would be Jalan's bet. Alrighty, the next big feature, another one that I am stoked about, is the caravan system. It's more than just haulers in ArcAge moving stuff from point A to point B. Seems to be a lot more than the wagons in BDO, like with something you can just do yourself. Every time you find information on the caravans listed, it's always a team effort, a group effort. You're going to need guards. Now, sure, you're in a remote, isolated part of the world, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's not prime time. Can you maybe run a caravan by yourself? I would say sure. But knowing Steven and Jeffrey and the rest of the team, I would not be surprised if they are developing mechanics that are going to have NPC level threats as well. So, again, that's just some supposition on my part, but I'm kind of getting that sense from them after following the game for so long. The facts, just the facts, ma'am, as we have them. 2 types of caravans, player ones and city caravans. Now, players are going to have the ability to do all sorts of customizations, extra hit points, armor, off-road wheels. I love the fact that we can go off-road. You can change up the mounts that are going to be pulling them. So I'm guessing, smaller horses, faster horses if you want to get there quickly, larger horses if you want to carry more. Probably makes sense. And then you could upgrade the chassis. Again, guessing probably the better the chassis, the more I can carry. Again, I talked about caravans in a earlier Ashes video. You can find that one in the playlist if you want to see more in depth. City caravans, they are going to upgrade a little bit automatically as their node develops, which I mean makes sense. You have a small village. Its caravan system is going to not be as advanced as a major metropolis. So I think that's kind of cool that they're going to that level of depth. A question was asked about the roads today. Yes, there will be roads that connect nodes. They will upgrade as the node upgrades, and they will determine the speed of the caravan. I think that's really cool. So I'm guessing, my guess is that if you have off-road wheels, you're going to be faster off-road than you are on the road. And obviously, if you have regular road wheels and you need to ditch the road, you're probably going to be slower out in the mud in the forest. Again, some assumptions on my part. I'd love to hear your theories in the comments below. Character stuff. I am stoked about stealth. This is almost enough to make me want to play rogue. Jeffrey said they're looking at a predator type stealth. So if you're paying attention to the sides, you might actually see your target. It's not going to be like 100% immunity to detection. And then rangers and ranger type classes will be able to track targets. So I am stoked about seeing how that mechanic works. Weapons, every class can use every weapon. That's really, really new to me. I haven't seen a wide variety of weapons in a long time that are actually, applicable. But remember, some class abilities are going to require certain weapons, bows or shields. So obviously, if you have an ability called Shield Slam, chances are you're going to need to have a shield. So I think that's kind of cool, though. Like the example given during today's live stream is no, a ranger won't be restricted to a bow. They could have a two-handed, Great Maul. I think that's really cool for character customization. Husbandry. I love the fact that they are kind of going in depth with the artisan skills. And we got another little breadcrumb today on husbandry. It will definitely impact mounts, and you'll be able to breed the traits you want into your mounts. Now, what are the traits you can breed? I don't know. Again, it's a breadcrumb. As soon as I know, I'll tell you, I promise. CC, crowd control. There is going to be diminishing returns on crowd control. Thank you. Nothing sucks more in PvP than a build that's just constant stun lock. Really gotten tired of this in modern games. It's like if you can just simply stun lock me, that's cool. You should be able to stun lock me, but you shouldn't be able to do damage to me while I'm stun locked. Just my PvP perspective. So I was stoked. I actually replayed it twice when they said diminishing returns, and then I loved that they said that that scenario is no fun for anyone. I mean, it's probably fun for the person doing the killing, but, you know. Other game stuff. Characters, dupers, exploiters. We've talked about this in a bunch of videos, but Jeffrey said it, and I want to continue saying it. They've built their game from the ground up with anti-hack, anti-exploit, anti-gold, RMT, all that stuff in the baseline of the code. That's awesome. Too many games don't think about their game security until the very end, and then they're like, well, what last-minute solution can we put in place? There will be severe consequences, said Jeffrey, and then Steven said severe as in permaban. I like that. You know what? I know that some people are going to say you don't keep customers that way. Jalan's personal opinion, you keep more customers that way. You get rid of cheaters and it's a no-nonsense, you're just gone. Yeah, you might lose a person and you might lose their friends. Those aren't the people you want in your game anyway. The Windmill Boss, it's something fun. I absolutely love that Intrepid is still having fun with it. Too many other game companies, they're like laser focused on target all the time. Everything has to be towards a benchmark goal. I included the clip. I'll put it in the links below if you want to follow it. But, a couple of Steven's guys just decided to take an image and turn it into a boss, since during Alpha Zero testing, people were getting stuck on this particular loading screen. That's just funny to me. That's just, you're having fun making a game that's supposed to be fun. And then cosmetics. A lot of people concerned about cosmetics, and I don't blame you. I mean, if the game is going to be subscription and cosmetic cash shop, I'm telling you, I have no problem with every month paying a sub fee and buying some cosmetics. I'm going to be doing it all the time. I support the products I enjoy. But you won't be skinning cosmetics onto a piece of armor. Again, thank you guys. I absolutely hate this in other games where you're skinning armor. You're going to be putting cosmetics into cosmetic slots. Jeffrey said it's like having a paper doll that you get to dress up. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually, being able to mix and match and customize. I mean, if you saw on the shop thing I did earlier, you have a costume. I have the Necromancer's costume, and I have an eye patch. I'm so glad that the eye patch isn't a requirement of the costume. Jalan, I'm a robes guy. I am not an eye patch guy. So that's really cool, guys. I'm really looking forward to getting to play with the cosmetic system. As I've started doing a bunch of things, here's my two sources for the day. AOC Wiki. I use AOC Wiki almost exclusively. I think they have done a tremendous job. So it's aocwiki.net. I included /economy because specifically I drew on their economy page. And the live stream, I'm going to put that in the description below, as well as some of those specific time cuts, save you having to look up stuff. I want to keep the hype going for the game. I'm back hyping the game now that the referral system is fixed. Again, another one of those little things that Intrepid does right. I reported that the referral system wasn't working, and I got a direct PM from Steven Sharif, who's the owner of the company. He's like, hey, got your message, I'm looking into it. That just goes a long way with me. When the owner of the company takes that sort of time out, I think this company is going to do amazing things on release. So I like to keep myself honest. 80 unpaid referrals. I'm maintaining about a 30% conversion rate. I'm happy with that. I have $126 in the kitty. That's all going to go back to players. If you haven't registered for this fine game yet, please use my referral link. Takes a lot of time and effort, energy to do these videos. I love doing them for you. I just want to be able to take those earnings that I can get and reinvest them back into the player base. As always, here's all the different ways to get in touch with me. I want to say a special thank you to my patron sponsors, Jonathan Bentley, who's my co-producer on all my videos, and my new associate producer, Jay Wirt. These guys donate just a little bit of money to me every month, and I'm able to do some cool things in other games that I play. So thank you, guys. And that's it. As soon as I have more Ashes news, I will bring it right to you. Make sure you check out some of these other videos I talked about if you're new to Ashes, and I would love to have some good conversation in the description below, or join us on the Ashes of Creation Discord. Take care, guys.